Today we're going to change out a MPPT charge controller.
I feel something building up inside me. I must prepare, I must get ready. Serving you, Yahweh, keeps me strong and steady. For you, Lord, I'll go for green living.
Alright, let me explain a little bit about charge controllers, just so you know we're on the same page. Regular charge controllers, they match the voltage that your like your solar panels. You can get 24 volt solar panels that you would get a 24 volt charge controller that charges a 24 volt battery bank. Now my solar panels are 255 watt Canadian solar panels, and so their voltage is much higher. The amperage is much higher also. Just means they really produce the electricity, a lot of electricity. So I have to use MPPT, which is, you can send in multiple voltages into them, and it'll match the voltage and send it to the battery bank at 24 volts, which I have mine set at, which it'll do 24 volt or 48 volt or 12 volt, whichever way you have it. And this one right here, this has let me show you, this comes up and connects to two solar panels that I have coming in here, and not realizing it, it hasn't been working in I don't know how long, maybe 4 or 5 months. So I've been living off 4 solar panels for 4 or 5 months. But hey, you live and learn. So we're going to change this one out. We're going to put it in one of these a little more expensive MPPT charge controllers, and I want to share that with y'all and show you how we do it. And first thing, I want to let everybody know that we're dealing with live electricity here. There's no way I could turn off the sun to make it not produce electricity for the solar panels. So this could kill you. So you have to be very careful. Use all caution whenever you're doing with electrical wiring. True, this is mostly, I've been shocked with it several times, but mostly it's enough just to wake you up. Hey, are you there? That kind of thing. But I still try to be careful because it can hurt you. So let's get started, and I'll get the tools together and we'll change it out. Alright, I got everything I need. I have a really good flat insulated screwdriver, so the current can travel through it and it won't shock me. I have a good Phillips head screwdriver that the current can go through it and won't shock me. Pliers and wire cutters that they will not shock me when I can work with live electricity. Now this is my brand new MPPT charge controller, and we're going to pull that one down off the wall, and we're going to replace this one right back in its place. I don't know if you could see this very well or not, but this is just a little wire amp reader. I mean, I am getting the power from the solar panels. It's saying, it's not a very good one, but it's saying 5 amps right now, and I should be producing, this has 2 solar panels on it, so it should be somewhere around 18 amps. But like I said, it's not a very good one, and it's just something I got off something else, and I put it on here so that I could just see that amperage was coming from the solar panels. Plus the little LED light is saying that solar is working, but this gauge right here is not working. See, normally it would be having 3, how well the solar panels are producing. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to release this from my solar box. I'm not going to release the wires yet. I'm just going to release this from there because I want to mount the other one in place before I go disconnecting these wires, because me pinching pennies, I use all the same color wire, which isn't smart, but I mean, I could trace it down, and this wire goes to here, and this wire goes to here, but if I just replace them one by one after I have the new one up there, then it'll just make my life so much easier. Alright, on this one, you can see I put the screws through. I was holding it to the wood, and also put these nuts as spacers because charge controllers produce heat. Some of them have little fins to dissipate the heat, but this one didn't, so I put nuts behind it so that it could dissipate its heat and not be directly against my wood. This is what I was talking about, the aluminum dissipator. It dissipates the heat so that your charge controller is not getting hot, or it's not heating up the area behind it, and they usually work pretty well. It's hanging upside down right now. But I have the positive from the solar panels already disconnected from that charge controller, and as I was undoing that positive from that charge controller, it actually started working. I was like, okay, I'll just save that one for later. Alright, so we got the positive done. Now let's keep working on. Alright, we got the negative transferred, and the charge controller just kind of laid over now. So we got the negative. Now we're working on the positive for the battery. That went kind of quick. Now the last one we're doing is the negative from the battery. Alright, I got it. The negative wire hooked up. And all I need to do is plug up the positive cable back to the batteries, and then we'll test it out. Alright, it seems to be working just fine. Showing 73-74% on battery bank. The other one doesn't agree, but that's okay. Producing 25.5 amps, 241. Well, I got to figure this one out some. But it's installed and it's working, and I hope this helps y'all guys. Ani Ove Ocha means I love you in Hebrew. There you go.
Living the way you meant for me to live is what I strive to do every day. As I live off the land, lead me at your pace. For you, Lord, I'll go for great living. Help me to feed all the hungry. Use me, Lord, to ease their misery from all this worldly pain and captivity. For you, Lord, I'll go for great living. I feel something building up inside me. I must prepare, I must get ready. Serving you, Yahweh, keeps me strong and steady. For you, Lord, I'll go for great living. For you, Lord, I'll go for great living.